Dear students, in this session we will be discussing about code division multiple access technique, that is CDMA. That is a multiple access technique. That means different users can access the same channel by using the technique code division multiple access. Okay, let us see. From the name itself there is a code. Actually that code is a PN code. Okay, and this technique is used in the case of spread spectrum communication. We have seen about the spread spectrum communication. What is the process going on in the spread spectrum communication? In that case, a message signal will be a narrow band signal, and a wideband signal, that is a pseudo noise code signal, PN code signal, will be multiplying that message signal. As a result, the narrow band message signal will become wideband signal. That means the message signal will be spread that day. Okay, that is by the multiplication with a PN sequence, and this PN sequence is called a spreading signal. Okay, that will spread the message signal. So in the case of CDMA also such type of spreading occurs. That means here the code word used is a PN sequence, that is pseudo noise code sequence, that is different code words we are using, different PN sequence we are using, and each of these code words will be orthogonal to each other. That means if we are taking the multiplication of two PN sequence, the result will be 0. That means if we are multiplying different PN sequence with each other, the result will be 0, and in the case of orthogonal codes. And if the same orthogonal codes are multiplied each other, then the result will be equal to 4. Okay, that is the property of a orthogonal codes. Okay, that means in CDMA the narrow band message signal is multiplied by a very large bandwidth signal or PN signal called the spreading signal. And CDMA is also called spread spectrum multiple access, that is SSMA, that is spread spectrum multiple access. In CDMA, one channel carries all the transmission simultaneously. Okay, in the case of CDMA there will be a particular bandwidth for the communication, and that bandwidth is completely utilized by the transmission. That means different users can at the same time transmit the data, and all the different users will be utilizing the complete bandwidth. Okay, in CDMA one channel carries all the transmission simultaneously. If different users transmit at the same time, they can utilize the same channel and they can utilize the complete bandwidth. Okay, and we can characterize the reception, or we can differentiate the reception by using that code word. Okay, in CDMA users access the channel in the random manner. And hence the signal transmitted by the multiple users will completely overlap both in time and frequency. That means there is a problem of intersymbol interference in the case of CDMA cases, because all the users are transmitting at the same time. It is possible to transmit and receive at the same time, and as a result the problem of ISI will be there. At the receiver side, how the reception occurs is that they are using the same PN sequence, and they will multiply the receiver will multiply the PN sequence with the received signal. Okay, so at the receiver the signal is recovered by using the same PN sequence. And an example for that is using the CDMA is 3G communication, that is third generation mobile communication using CDMA, and the bandwidth of this 3G services is 1.24 megahertz, that is a high bandwidth, and since it is utilizing the complete bandwidth, the data rate will be high in this case. And video signal is also supported along with the data, and voice video is also supported by this communication. And the structure of the CDMA is shown in the figure. You can see that here is the frequency and here is the time, that is complete frequency band is utilized by the user 1, because that user 1 will be multiplied, user 1 data will be multiplied with the code PN code 1 or spread code 1. So this is shown here. At the same time the user 2 also can utilize the same frequency band, that is why it is shown like this, parallel, it is shown like parallel. Okay, so the same time all of the users can access the channel, and they are differentiated by a code word. Each of the user will be having different code words or individual code words. All the code words are pseudo random codes. Okay, and all the code words are orthogonal to each other. So the codes used in CDMA is orthogonal to each other, that is the multiplication of two different codes will give you the result 0. The multiplication of the code with itself will give you 4. Okay, suppose let us clarify this CDMA concept. Suppose there are 4 different base stations, the station 1, station 2, station 3 and station 4. Sometimes it may be a mobile. So mobile 1 will have some data, mobile 2, mobile 3 and mobile 4, and suppose all it will be a base station. Then suppose this base station is transmitting a data D1 and this is transmitting data D2, and this station 3 transmitting the data D3, this station transmitting the data D4, okay, and all are transmitting at the same time, suppose you know. And then what is doing in this station is this station will have a code word that is C1, this station will have a code word C2, station 3 will have a code word C3, station 4 will have a code word C4. So this station 1 data will be multiplied with that code word. So C1 into D1 takes place at the station 1, C2 into D2 multiplication takes place at station 2, C3 into D3 multiplication takes place at station 3, C4 into D4 multiplication takes place at station 4. And after that all these C1, D1, C2, D2, C3, D3, C4, D4 is giving to the channel. From the channel, that is a common channel, that in the channel all these signals will be summed because all are utilizing the same channel. So this at the channel all these signals will be summed, okay. So whenever it is, we will get the sum signal. So if let us assume that is at the channel all the signals will be present, okay, because all are sharing the same channel. Suppose there is a communication takes place between station 2 and station 3, okay, station 2 and station 2 are communicating with each other. So what will happen, suppose station 2 is sending a signal or sending a data D2 and station 3 has to receive it, okay. So D2 should be received at the station 3. What is the communication procedure? So at the station 2 what is we are getting C2 D2, and at the channel the signal will be summed with all other channel signals. So we will be getting at this channel what we are getting is C1 D1 plus C2 D2 plus C3 D3 plus C4 D4, okay, that will be present in the channel. But C3 wants to receive the information from the station 2. So what the station 3 is doing is that at the station 3 the received signal will be multiplied with the PN code of station 2. What is the PN code of station 2? That is C2. So the received signal will be multiplied with the C2 at the station 3, okay. So that step is sum signal. Sum signal is obtained from this channel. So sum signal is multiplied with the C2. So what is sum signal? C1 D1 plus C2 D2 plus C3 D3 plus C4 D4 into C2. So you know, actually this is multiplication is dot product, and you know that different code words are orthogonal to each other. Code words are orthogonal to each other. So their dot product will give you 0, okay. So C1 multiplied with the C2 will give you 0. C2 multiplied with the C2 will give you 4. And C3 multiplied with the C2 will give you 0. C4 multiplied with the C2 will give you 0. C4 that is a property of orthogonal codes. When the same code is multiplied, you will get a 4. So here you will be getting 0. Here you will be getting 4D2. Here you will be getting 0. Here again you will be getting 0. So what is the result? Result is 4D2. So the data transmitted from the station 2 into 4. That is the result obtained at the station 3. So the station 3 will have to divide the data by 4. So station 3 decides the result by divides the result by 4 and get the data transmitted by the station 2. This is the way the CDMA works, okay. So channel will have all the signals and we have to use orthogonal codes, then only we can retrieve it by using multiplication, okay. So this is the way station 2 and station 3 are communicating. For receiving station 2's information, station 3 should multiply or find the dot product of the received information with the code of station 2, okay. For that station 3 will have the code word of station 2, okay. So that is the explanation. All the product terms are then added and the total signal is sent over the communication channel, and each station receives the sum signal. Suppose station 2 and station 3 are talking, then the reception of the data by station 3 is as follows. That is station 3 multiply the sum signal by the channel by the code word is 2, code word of second channel, and sum signal into C2 will give you this result, okay. So this is the process that is taking place in the case of CDMA, and usually it is used in the case of 3G communication. You know that when we are using 3G services, we can transmit a voice signal. That means we can talk in the mobiles through mobiles. We can send text messages. At the same time, we can call the other party with video services. Okay. So the bandwidth is 1.24 megahertz, and by using other CDMA techniques such as WCDMA, we can improve the bandwidth up to 5 megahertz. So that's all about the CDMA technique. Okay.